What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here and welcome to a rather ambitious video. I'm going to try in one video to talk about arcade stick, DualShock, keyboard. Compare them to each other, what are the pros and cons of each type of controller. It's going to be very difficult. I'm going to try and keep it brief, so I'm going to summarize each controller. I'm not going to take this up and start yapping for 10 minutes about the stick. I'm just going to say what does it do really well, what does it do less well. So let's get going. I'm going to switch to this so we can actually see my stick and my wonderful hands. So first of all, stick, arcade feeling. That's why I play the stick. I want to relive what I had as a kid in Sweden, arcades. We don't have them anymore, it sucks. So arcade feeling, awesome. I think it's quite comfortable. I like the weight of it in my lap. Using a stick feels so fucking cool. You feel like one of those, you know, gamer badasses who played Pac-Man in the 80s. Yeah, whatever that means. So, what does it do really well? Full circles and any type of circle, quarter circle, half circle, sticks are amazing at this. So if you play Street Fighter, yeah, you're probably on a stick. You know, when I played Street Fighter, an old Street Fighter game, Alpha 3 I think it was, I played that game on a pad, and you needed to do double full circle to do Zangief's super combo. No matter how fast I tried to spin this thing, Zangief would almost jump. And on forums they would tell me, do it faster and he won't jump. But yeah, I still cannot do it. And then, stick, the mighty stick. You see that? I was doing full circles into Raging Storm. I'm just doing it so fucking quickly that he's not jumping. And this is very easy to do on a stick. So this is one thing sticks do really well. And they have the best buttons compared to DualShock and keyboard. Big buttons, impossible to miss or miss input. It's very natural to hit 2 of them at the same time, or even 3 of them, to do that amazing taunt. That's something the stick does really well. So we've got the circles and we've got the buttons. And it's very easy, of course, to buffer on a stick. Very natural. So, what sucks with a stick? It's very difficult. Most people need a lot of time to get into sticks. At least 1 or 2 months, and even after that, the coming months, the following months, it's going to be a struggle. You're going to get misinputs. I mean, it's just very difficult, is what I'm trying to get at. You know, if I give someone a stick and I tell them to find back or down, they will most often get like down, back, or even forward. It can be very difficult and inaccessible. So hard to be precise, in my opinion, on a stick. You're going to need to master it. Play it a lot before you really start hitting your notations to a 100%. It needs more warm-up, in my opinion, than pad and keyboard. I'm not saying warm-up isn't needed if you play on pad. I'm just saying on stick, it's more sensitive, your gameplay, to lack of warm-up. And of course, it sucks to have to bring this over to a friend, or if you travel to a tournament, and that doesn't go for all of you, but just going to a friend, playing an offline session, having to put this in a bag, yeah, it's very big and clunky. So that's the stick, in my opinion. So now I'm going to talk a bit about the pad. And the pad is very comfortable, in my opinion. And I guess the engineers at PlayStation know what they're doing. And, you know, the design budget of this thing was probably like, what? How many $1 million? So, of course, it's just very comfortable, lightweight and portable. And the D-pad here, oh god, can you see this? So we don't play with the analog sticks, we play with the D-pad, and the D-pad has always been historically like extremely precise. It's a great pad, and you can do, so as I said, full circles and circles, just not as fast as on a stick. But when it comes to directional inputs, your thumb moves faster than the wrist. So for example, if... Oh god. I'm sorry, I very seldom... God, this pad sucks. I borrowed this pad from my brother, he told me it was shit, and I believe him. So for example, now I'm doing forward forward 1, or forward 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 1, while running. It's very simple to do on a pad compared to stick. So movement, you know, like backdashing and that sort of stuff, to me it's faster on pad. Yeah, so directional inputs are very quick on pad. And binds are of course great, you know, we've got these shoulder buttons here. Oh, I want to 1+2? I just have a button for that. Binds are very flexible. That's one of the drawbacks with the pad, that it can be very hard to hit several buttons at once. Like if I want to hit 3+4, it's like can be difficult, and especially if I want to hit 3 buttons and taunt. So that's why some people do the claw method. They play like this, you know, forward 1+2, forward 1+2, or 3+4, taunt. It can work, but it's just not as intuitive or natural as on the arcade stick. And fingers do get irritated and sore. I remember doing my electrics on pad before I converted to stick, and my fingers would be covered with blisters. My left thumb hated me for quite a while. So blisters, hard to hit multiple buttons. Yeah, I think that's actually it for pad. So I'm gonna try and talk a bit about the mighty keyboard. And with the keyboard here, you have to take into consideration that I've played keyboard for literally, what, 1 hour? I'm very new to it, but holy, what does holy mean? Holy shit, is it good? Like, yeah, I mean, when the hitbox arrived, I was very skeptical. I was like, that sounds like bullshit, it sounds way too effective. And the keyboard is basically the same thing, just not as optimized. But just with a keyboard, I'm like, holy fuck, like, I understand why people go for this these days. It's almost overpowered, I would say. So, what's the best thing about a keyboard? We get perfect precision. So as I said previously, if I ask my girlfriend to try and hit back on an arcade stick, she'd be like, where is it? But here, it's one button. It's impossible to miss, unless you hit another button. But if I want to press D for back, I never miss. No, it's incredibly precise. So miss input is almost impossible. And I'm gonna show something very interesting. You know, Geese, his Power Crush, this move, this special move that we do in combos. Look at this. That's a half circle back. So you would think I would have to slide over these buttons here, but all I have to do is press ASD. So it's 1, 2, 3. You see that? I'm not sliding. Not sliding. So it's just 1, 2, 3. Forward, down, back, +3, and I get the half circle. So yeah, execution of that sort of stuff, not very difficult. And of course, it is insanely fast. Like, you know, on a pad where I said doing forward, 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 while running moves is fast, even faster on keyboard. I mean, there's no way, you know, if you play stick with your wrist, your fingers mashing a button, there's no way your wrist can move that fast. So yeah, even easier on keyboard, that sort of stuff. And even circles. You know, on D-pad, I couldn't do full circles without the character jumping. I can do that on keyboard. And as I said at the start, it's extremely accessible. I mean, anyone understands a keyboard, you know, knows what it looks like, knows what to do with it. And you have unlimited binds. I mean, I can configure this any way I want to. You know, I can choose a different layout for my basic notations. I can bind what? How many different tangents do I have here? I can bind, like, it's unlimited, completely customizable. And negatives with keyboard, quite uncomfortable in my opinion compared to stick and pad. Pressing multiple buttons can be awkward, and you need a table. But the thing is, all of those drawbacks don't go for the keyboard, the hitbox. All of those negatives I just cited, they don't exist with hitbox. So my conclusion from this was like, well, holy fuck, I mean, the hitbox has to be broken. I mean, overpowered. I mean, I've played hitbox keyboard very shortly, so I can't show you like that retarded backdash cancel. But people who do play hitbox well, or keyboard, they'll show you that backdash cancel that's, I mean, Korean or even inhuman at sometimes. Oh God. I just want to show a staple here. This is me after 1 hour on a... Oh God. After 1 hour on a keyboard. For fuck's sake. So I'm just saying, like, this isn't the easiest combo in the world, but I'm just trying to show, like, if I can do this quickly, like, many of you will be able to do 6 stuff quickly on a keyboard. But I'm dropping this one. Raging Storm. God, inconsistent. So that was me talking about basically what makes a stick awesome, what makes a pad awesome, and what makes the keyboard / hitbox awesome. So, I do hope you enjoyed this video and that it helped you. I can't talk for 20 minutes about this, so I just wanted to say, like, very briefly, what does each controller do really well and what does it do less well. And my conclusion is that hitbox is, I guess it's the future. It's just so strong. I play arcade stick because I have the most fun with that. Pad has a lot of things it does super well. It's like a hybrid. So it's all very subjective, but if your goal is to win and get insane execution quickly, I would go for hitbox any day. So yeah, take care guys.